YouTube friends, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Deidre from Our Upcycled Life. Lots of thrifting, upcycling, repurposing, and DIY content. Love new crafting friends. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss any great DIY content. Today I'm going to show you how I took a piece of wood that in a previous video I made it look antique and chippy and vintage and layered. Fantastic technique using crackle paint. I've now got that piece of wood and I'm going to show you how I'm turning it into a sign. If you've been following along, you know I love my Mod Podge reverse graphic transfer method. But today I'm going to show you another thorough step-by-step because I get so many questions on how to do this technique. So I thought I would put this together. So lots of work. Let's get started. I'm going to show you how I'm going to turn this piece of wood that I weathered and made look antique and chippy into a fantastic sign. I've got a full tutorial on how I achieve this look. It's a crackle paint technique that you probably haven't tried, and if you haven't seen the tutorial, I'll put the link down below in the description. Using my Mod Podge reverse graphic transfer method, which I love to make all my signs with, if you've been following along for a while, and I am going to use this graphic. This graphic's available in my Etsy store if you want to grab it. Make sure you use the code SAVE50 and you can get 50% off all of my graphics. I've printed off my graphics on my LaserJet printer on regular computer paper. I've sized them in my Word program. I have a tutorial on how to size graphics, make them bigger and smaller and even bigger than a piece of paper. You can size them right up and then print off on multiple pieces of paper to get the size that you need when you measure them. And we're going to be using our Mod Podge mat. I'm just going to brush the Mod Podge onto the graphic. You don't need very much. That's the first thing that people do when they're trying this technique is they put on too much Mod Podge. You just need a really thin layer. If you put it on too thick, when you rub your graphics off, you're going to be left with an outline of where that Mod Podge was because it's a thick material. So you don't need very much. And you're just going to place it exactly where you want it and then press out any bubbles or wrinkles. I'm going to work away at the rest of the sign. The graphics are all on. We're going to set this aside and let it dry until tomorrow. Some people do use a hair dryer or a heat gun to quicken it up and make it dry faster. I don't get the same results. I find that it'll lift your paint technique from underneath and it melts the Mod Podge a little bit. It doesn't work as great as just letting it dry naturally. We're going to set this aside. It's the next day. Everything is completely dry. I've got a little dish of water with a little rag, and you just want to work on one section at a time. Now it's a little bit tricky doing this technique on crackled paint. You don't want to get your paper too wet because you'll reactivate the glue and the glue will have, and the paint will have a tendency to rub off. So you just want to go in small sections, just putting on a little bit of water at a time and enjoy the process. Got all the paper rubbed off. We're going to put on a coat of my polyacrylic sealer. This is satin based, water based, easy to clean up, and it seals it up really nice. I'm gonna put a really good coat over the whole sign. And I've created a fantastic sign on a piece of wood that I prepped for another video to show you how to make the crackle paint on wood. And I've turned it into a sign. I love the antique vintage look of these graphics, and it's so simple to do. It takes a little bit of practice, and you can do this on an inkjet or a laser jet printer. Inkjet's a little bit more tricky, but it can be done. So if you haven't tried this technique, give it a try. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the next video. And if you enjoyed this video, you'll probably really enjoy the next one. Take care.